Good morning, everyone. I just realized that I did not... I was sitting, and I was like, all right, I'm ready. And no, look at this. No, this is for Mario. The couch is green. The couch is not supposed to be green in the mornings. The green is like an algae that grows slowly over the course of the week, finally festers to the top of the couch on Friday evenings. There we go. I think it's kind of funny how sometimes you can like it's clearly here and your brain just doesn't process it. You're just like, oh, all right, everything's good, everything's fine. And then like seconds before, I was like, oops. Anyway, good morning. Hope everyone had a relatively decent weekend. I had a good weekend. Weekend went all right. There's been a lot of stress, but we're going to talk all about that today. We told folks what was going on if they stuck around till the end of the Friday stream, but I know that there were some of you that were not there, and that's fine. We're going to talk about it a little more in depth this morning. Mao is downstairs. She'll be up in just a moment. That's better. I can hear her presence.
I only have two hands.
You only have 2 hands? What happened? What happened to your hands?
Here it go.
Oh no! Your extra set of hands! Thank you, Mal. I can't believe Melanie has 2 hands. She had 4 hands. She's bringing me up a coffee, which is very sweet. Oh, let me move. Out of a courtesy, I will move all of the things from Mario which have not moved. You can tell everything was very frozen in time from Friday, because there's Wii remotes and Mario hats. Thank you, Mel.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait?
I got one more thing.
You got one more thing?
For me.
She's got one more thing. The couch algae took the extra hands. Vagabond, that was a consideration. Playing Mario would have been a consideration if we had not gotten far enough. Because, like, we have a certain date that we really have to have Mario finished by.
Can I have the glasses cleaner?
Yes. Yes. All right.
Thank you.
Do that. Okay, so let's just start. Let's just start with the fact that we are moving. Good morning, everyone. Hi. The secret news on Friday is that we do have to move. Yeah, we do have to move, and we're gonna talk about that. Haley, what?
No, we just had you pack up Wii games for fun, Haley.
Just for fun. We've already re-unpacked them.
Yeah.
It just brings us joy to see people put games in boxes. Yeah, we're going to talk about that today, and why, etc. So, yeah, for those keeping track at home, we did move in here. I mean, our lease started here in June.
Yeah.
Although we really didn't start living here until July.
Uh-huh.
Because the moving process was a whole thing.
Why? Because life is a cruel joke, Haley said.
Also true. Thank you. Thank you for the vibes. Thank you, Nunshoes. Yeah, yeah, it's been an interesting few months. We got this news in the middle of February, and the news was presented in such a way that it was like, you know, it could change, but it was like, but it won't.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, they might change their mind, and I'm like, they won't do that. So when I presented that information to the vlog, I was like, you know, we got some news today that could be very bad. It might not be, but I'm thinking, oh, it definitely is. It's fine. Anyway, let me read some alerts, and then we'll talk about it. But I wanted to at least get it out there. Just relieve some of the pressure. Let's relieve a little of the pressure. I'm really surprised this has not been removed from the list. I'll leave it. We got 6 months from Barbarian Rex. We, of course, have those 1,000 bits from Nunshoes with George 5-star rain. Thank you. I appreciate that. 47 months from Darkness Bride. Anise gifted a sub to Masterlink FD 999. 27 months from The Relude. 28 months from Lavender Cats. 51 months from Angeman 85. 39 from Wilhelm Heinlein. 14 from 3 of Embers. 27 from The Viking Hippie. 26 from Kimikawa. 28 from GA Studios. 20 from Eris D57. 53 from Sapphire Becca. 7 from Nervous Jellyfish. 34 from Risky Click 1996. 38 from Shinoff. 30 from Furious Kitty. 34 from Statman 7. 51 from Armored Frog. 300 bits from Radio Dredge says, this clown sends good vibes for the move. Thank you. Appreciate it. And an Eddie, too.
Snack like a dry bandit with Tiny Eddie's mushy, greasy, pleased licorice flakes.
There's nothing about that I like.
You love licorice.
Red licorice?
You love mushy, greasy, pleased licorice flakes.
No. I don't like greasy food.
Is licorice flakes just like taking
Shaved,
a potato peeler to a licorice?
Mm-hmm.
It's 1050 from Anissa says, for the next few weeks, Eddie, or good vibes for the next few weeks. Eddie, what snack will carry them through the move? So you start with licorice, get a potato peeler, you make some flakes.
Pour a bunch of grease in it and mush it with a potato masher.
Yeah. Oh, what's that thing that Haley tried to teach me and then your sister tried to teach? Muddling. Muddling? Muddling. You gotta muddle the licorice flakes.
With oil.
With oil. My favorite part about this is that this makes them very wet and moist, and the beginning was snack like a dry bandit. Like, no. No, definitely not. Muddling. You know, muddle, to muddle. You gotta do some muddling.
The yummy is in the wallet. Tiny Eddie's pickled pterodactyl scones.
That's where you have to store those, in your wallet.
The yummy is in the wallet. Hey, you want a scone? Pulls out wallet. Was that metal on ceramic?
Mm-mm. This is glass.
Oh. That was a bit some relief. It says, it's sad to hear you have to move so soon again. Have this Tiny Eddie snack to feel better. Pickled pterodactyl scones. Could you pickle something in a scone and have it turn out alright? Maybe. Maybe like a pickled blueberry scone or something. Might be a bit of a stretch. Anyway, don't put scones in your wallet. I just don't think that's where they go. We also got 32 months from Just in the Light. And 13 months from Sombre Noir. Thank you. Is the Raleigh cult breaking up? No. There's good news as
if anything,
part of
it's
this.
getting tighter knit together.
Yeah, there's good parts to this, but let me start by talking about the bad part. So, the place that we currently live is a rental. We've never owned a home, so this is another rental. And the way that this rental works is we're not renting directly from the owner. We are renting from a
Property management company.
Property management. company. So the owner lets the property management company handle their place, and then they go do whatever it is they're doing. Sometimes it's because the folks have like
multiple houses.
Yeah, they have like a lot of money, and you know they're living in place A, but they give their place to they give place B to the rental company, and the rental company deals with all the stuff. Anyway, so what happened is that the owner of the house decided that they wanted to move back in here. Now, that might sound familiar because that happened to us in 2019. The difference in 2019 is that we didn't have a rental company. It was just, we only had the owner. It was just, we were dealing directly with the owner. Honestly, in that situation, I don't know if I've ever talked about it, the owner did us a little dirty back in 2019 because what happened was we had been doing yearly leases, and then randomly at the end of the second or third year, whatever, they were like, hey, let's do month to month. And we were like, okay, cool, yeah, we'll do month to month. And it was only like right after that we did that they moved. They knew
they wanted to come back.
Yeah,
and they were doing that so they could do it when they were ready.
Yeah, and like they just didn't tell us that. So then of course we got that information right before we had to go to Japan. So we were it was literally the day before, so we're in Japan and we're like, oh my god.
We're in Japan for 2 weeks, like we can't even go look at houses.
Yeah. Anyway, so this has happened to us
twice now.
This has happened to us twice now, so that's fun.
Haley was there for both calls where that happens.
Yep. The only person, I think. So, anyway, yeah, so we gotta do a little move.
You'll chat with pleasantness when eating Tiny Eddie's raisin-wrapped responsibility bits.
Responsibility bits.
I really love raisin-wrapped responsibility bits. That is fun to say.
Kitty, come here.
1200 bits from Aldo. It says, good vibes to the move. Make sure you have all your games packed. You wouldn't want to forget this one. Why did that not trigger game? Is it because it's...
But we got raisin-wrapped responsibility bits.
Is it because it's games? Yeah, Chaz says, not sure! Well, Aldo definitely wanted a game, but I gotta admit, getting raisin-wrapped responsibility bits was pretty great. I think Rad's on vacation.
Spring break time, too.
Rad took April 11th off, so Tiny Eddie is filling in.
Scoop the Kepler.
Anyway, Aldo, thank you. I really love saying that. Raisin-wrapped Raisin-wrapped responsibility bits. Raisin-wrapped responsibility bits.
Don't shove your face onto the table.
Really like that. Also, 300 from Goldmajor says, I've been still working on catching up with the current timeline, and I could tell, patron, that the February vlog was the one where you got the news but couldn't comment about it. Hugs. Yeah.
It's the one where Haley and I paint the tree. It's that one.
That's not on the vlog?
That wasn't on the vlog? Oh. I don't remember. That was the day that happened.
You guys will know. It was when this thing that was never filmed happened. I'm like, that's not... I don't remember ever seeing that, so I don't think...
Oh, that was when Haley and I hung out.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't there, so it wasn't filmed. Now, Mao, I don't want to give Mao too much crap, because lately Mao has autonomously been filming a few things, which has been really nice. Because sometimes Mao will go do things, and she'll be like, I went and did this. I did
Yesterday,
this.
Brandon and I picked strawberries together, and we filmed it.
Yeah. I mean, still not... There's still a lot of times where I'm like, did you film something? And Mal's like, no. And I'm like, okay, thanks. But she did actually film something yesterday, and I was like, well, that's good.
It's real short.
Anyway,
I don't think you're gonna be super
I think it was like February 13th. The vlog is very clear when you go back and watch, because I'm like, there's news that is probably bad. But yeah, I told patrons at the beginning of March. So they're aware. I said raptor spots on bits. 1400 from Full Mother Grows says, good vibes to y'all for the move, and now I really want responsibility bits. Sounds like responsibility bits sounds like a government-backed cereal or something. It's time for you to have some responsibility bits. Full Mother Grows, thank you for the good vibes. I appreciate it. It's definitely going to be a you know, it's going to be a really, let's say, interesting 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? Yeah. It's going to be an interesting 2 weeks. We get 100 bits from Satman. Appreciate it. Says, Satsy says, you've moved 3 times since I've lived here now, and I wasn't supposed to be here this long. Stop stealing my move juice. Sheesh. Where are you even finding these awful landlords anyway? Clown landlords are us, I guess. Yeah, it has been a little, like, we have had, I'm not going to go into extreme detail, but we have, over the years, we have had some not great landlord experiences. Ironically, the best experience we've ever had has been here. Mm-hmm. The rental company and by association, the landlord has actually been great. I've really loved them. You know, the fact that we have to move is out of their control because, like, we signed a year lease. There's an assumption that at the end you'll sign again, but you know, if the owner is like, "Hey, I want to move back," like they're legally allowed to do that.
Vagabond says, "Are you using the same rental company?" We wish.
Yeah, we wish.
We talked to them. They didn't have anything.
Yeah. You know, we really would have loved to have stayed with them, but like there was just nothing that could fit our stuff. Mm-hmm. There was no places that were this size, and we were like, oh, okay. So, yeah. So we're in another place. Need a bit some squid just says responsibility bits, but I want responsibility ham instead. I had a little responsibility ham on Sunday.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so we have to move. Nothing illegal has occurred because it is our normal lease. We have until the end of May, which is good. Last time that we had to move, we did not have this much time. We were legally, last time we were allowed 30 days, and we were
given 6 weeks last time. Because it was 4 weeks, and then the 2 weeks we were in Japan.
I think it was a little less than that, but yeah, it was a little more time, and the landlord was like, "I'm actually being very nice to you because I'm giving you more than 30 days."
I didn't have to give you more than 30 days.
I didn't even have to give you more than 30 days.
Words she said to us.
Yeah. And the thing was, she did tell us this the day before we went to Japan for 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, so we're kind of missing out on that time. It was great. Anyway, so, you know, that occurred. And, you know, we got through all of that. Mm-hmm. I try not to hyper focus on anything, especially anything in the past, because, like, it's done. We got through it. It's fine. For this situation, it's the same deal. It's like, person wants to live here. This is their house. They can do that. Mm-hmm. So we have more time than we've ever had. We were given how long is that? Two and a half months notice. Mm-hmm. So that's a pretty good chunk of time. We were told, you know, basically right before we were going to Coliseum, which sucked because, you know, we did kind of want to get started on it, but we couldn't reasonably do that until after Coliseum. So it was only once we got back to
Raleigh.
Yeah, back to Raleigh that we could, you know, start dealing with it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But here's the good news. Even though this is happening and it sucks because, like, the concept of moving sucks, everything surrounding that is just awful and time consuming, and it's expensive not only because it costs money to, like, get boxes and move things and pay movers and a rent truck or whatever, like that is costly, but then it also costs money because you can't work during those times, so like then you're losing the ability to even do things. So there's a lot of things that like aren't super great. But despite all of that, looking strictly on the bright side, the new places is nice. There's new problems with that, but
Yeah.
but those will be solved. And when they're solved, I'll be able to say that with a straight face. The new place is nice. And also, we are closer to all of our friends than we have been before. So, that's good. So I'm excited about that. Morning, Seb. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. When we new problems. When we finally get settled in, when we finally get moved in, you know, it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good. And maybe like one day we'll own a home. But not yet.
I sure hope this is the last one we rent.
Maybe. We got 500 bits from Swice Place who says, hope you can find a happy new house. And we do have one. I understand the constant moving. The past 2 years for me have been in Colorado, Washington, Mississippi, and soon to be somewhere else for me.
Oh, big state moves too.
Colorado, Washington, Mississippi. Gracious. Those are big moves. So that's the other thing that's like good about this move is that the last time we moved, we did move
Out of state.
Out of state, which was that was stressful. And I've went on record before as saying that like last summer was the most stressful time of my life. It absolutely was. It was so stressful. And this time it should be a lot easier because we're not moving 3 hours. We're moving like a few minutes. So that combined with the fact that we have a ton of friends here in town who have already started to help us pack stuff. Alex and Haley were here the other day helping us pack games. Brandon is going to come over tonight and just help us pack stuff up.
More games.
More games. Yeah, this is probably these games will probably not be here on Thursday. They're probably going to be all boxed up. So say goodbye to these for a while because they're going to be, you know, in boxes. But that part's going to make it easier. Not going very far. Friends being around to help. It's fine. It's fine. So, anyway. I think that's about everything.
Kepi, you're going too and you don't even know. You don't even know. There's going to be a special room basically only for Kepi.
A toilet?
The sunroom.
Oh. Yeah, I mean...
Haley.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It's not the best timing, but it's fine. Alex and Haley did come over the other night and help us get all the Wii games are packed up. All
and
the
Wii U.
Wii and Wii U is packed up. And I know they wanted to help more, but they actually are going out of town for 10 days and basically aren't coming back until we're, you know, gonna be done. So
They can help us unpack.
they can help us unpack.
Yeah.
Which will also be very helpful. Yeah, I'll cover a house tour at some point in the future. It hasn't been a huge priority for me with the vlog because there's so much other stuff here to do. I did do a walkthrough for Patreon. So for the video that came out at the beginning of April, I did a walkthrough. So patrons have seen the house. It's nice. It's nice. I mean, it has, you know, the same amount of room that we have here, except it has a little more room on the living side.
And not the work side.
The work stuff is all about the same size, but the living space is bigger, and that's kind of nice because we have been trying to do more living since we've been in North Carolina. That's been like the big thing is we used to do nothing but work, and now I've transitioned to like, what if I lived a life? That would be neat. So Yeah. So yeah, there's lots of patrons, and they can attest that like it's good. It's good. Living is nice sometimes. Sometimes. 300 Bits from Cheesehammer says, so does this mean I have to go back in a box? I don't want to go back in a box. It's dark and smells like pork. Can I just ride in the car with you guys this time? I mean, all kitchen appliances have to go in a box, including my favorite kitchen appliance, Cheesehammer. 29 months from Mad the Sane. Thank you.
Someone had asked if we would have good walking. All of Raleigh has great walking.
Yeah.
There's greenways everywhere and trails and a lot of nature.
Yeah.
So our new place is no exception to that.
Yeah. I continue to be excited by that. Where are you going?
There's nothing in there for you.
What are you doing? Don't go. You just like walked to the threshold of my office.
When are you gonna get to work?
Yeah.
Come on.
What are you, Chaz? Anyway, how many floors does the new place have? 2, just like this one. So it's not a similar layout.
No.
At all. It's a very different layout, but a lot of the stuff will be the same in the sense of like Mal will have an office, Mal will have a studio, I will have an office, we will have a spot for tabletop, we will have a spot for streaming. The streaming spot will actually be in the loft of the new place, so it'll be very similar. There's a lot of things that'll be very similar. Are the stairs safer? Yes. They are.
They have a landing.
They have a landing halfway through. So you go down, and then there's a landing, and then you go down the other side. So it is a little safer. Do you need to get new light bulbs? Yes. I don't know what it is. I don't understand people. People keep their houses so dim.
Yeah, a lot of the lights in that house are dim.
It was like that when we moved in here, and it was like, and it's in the new place too. I'm gonna have to replace every single light bulb in that house. I want it to be bright, man. When I turn on a light, I want light. If I don't want that, then in the day I can have the blinds open. So migraines exist, my dude. I don't think we have it so bright that we're initiating. I mean, I have not initiated the migraine for myself or for Mal.
I mean, when I get migraines, I want to go in a darker room.
Sure, but you can also just turn off the light. You can just affect that. And if I want something between bright light and darkness, I'll use natural light from Windows. So I like having the light available. I think that's really nice. The future, honestly, is just that more and more bulbs, and the technology gets cheaper, so you can just do the thing where like all of the bulbs are on Wi-Fi and they're dimmable and they're RGB, and you can just change things, right? Because then you can have lights that are very bright, but then if you want them dim, you can just make them dim. That's the future. We're not there quite yet. They don't really make... Honestly, I don't think they really make the dimmable lights or the RGB lights or anything in high enough lumens yet. Because I want stuff that's real bright. I wouldn't mind if I could make it also, lower, but...
Welcome back.
Hi, bud. Coming up. He took a little trip. I don't know. We get 50 months from Kaze Ninja 17. Thank you. 300 from Item Crafting Live. It says, one step closer to buying a big plot of land and building the Stephen Corp mega compound.
That's the dream.
We've talked about it. We've talked about it. It's not... I mean, is it one step closer? Maybe. Is it close? No. Haley said so we can make our bedroom look like a heated deli case. It's fine. It's totally fine. 500 from Adrian Quell says, sending a good vibes bird. Good vibes parrot. As someone who has moved 10 times since 2015 and multiple times into other states, I once figured it out and it came to over 10,000 miles across the U.S. Good Lord. That's a lot. This has been the shortest amount of time we've lived somewhere before we had to move. Because, like, we didn't start really living here till July. And we got the news that we had to move in February. So, like, we had only lived here... What is that? July is the 7th month. Like 8 months. We lived here 8 months before we were like told that we had to leave. And I'm like, that's just so little amount of time. Shorter than the first apartment, yeah. I
that
mean,
was also a year lease.
Yeah, that was also a year lease, but we actually we moved in like right at the beginning of that, whereas here it was a month later.
Yeah.
And actually, we will have only really lived here for 10 months because we got here a month later and we're leaving a month sooner. So, yeah, we have this place until the end of May, but
that's one way to word that, Renee.
But we'll be in the new place at the beginning of May. So we'll still have this place, and we tried to deal with all of that, and that was There's been a lot of little headaches I've been dealing with. It's been fun. Yeah, we lost 2 months of value, and I was okay with it on the front end because I was like, we have to move 3 hours, and it's a pain. I was hoping we wouldn't lose it on the back end, but we did. It's fine. Lots of phone calls. It's fine. It's fine. We also got 48 months from Spinach Wrap. Hey, there's a clap. We had a lot of resubs, but we haven't had any claps, I don't think. Congrats on the 4. Congrats on the 4. Oh yeah, Cocaine Neighbor. That's right. Haley and Alex lived in a place for 4 months, and then they had to get out because the person next door was partied a lot with cocaine. Samar Noir asked if we'll postpone Tears of the Kingdom for after the move. No. Actually, that's one of our goals is to get into the new place and settled in time for Zelda. So we have been working on trying to finish Mario up before the move. So the Mario is basically the last thing that we will stream here. We're going to finish Mario, then we're going to move, and then we're going to have everything set up again in time for Zelda. That's the plan. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. I think Zelda comes out on, is it the 12th?
Mm-hmm.
Zelda comes out on the 12th. My hope, and like we'll see, my hope is that we'll have things set up like this on the 5th. So we'll do some sort of stream, I don't know what it'll be, some sort of stream on the 5th just to be like, hey, just make sure that everything looks good, sounds good, etc. And then, assuming everything is good, then we'll be ready for Tears of the Kingdom the week after. And, like, I'm so excited for Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to play a game. Chaz is already made, or working on making something very, very special, as he has done for basically every major stream project we've done. Basically every major stream project we've done since the first Zelda.
Yeah. So,
it's... Y'all should be real excited, because it's really cool. We got 300 bits from Arpiga. It says, this may sound weird, but the bright lights thing is not just a migraine thing for me. I'm one of the peeps that hears electricity crackling for something, some things, and bright lights do that for me. It drives me nuts. You can hear electricity crackling? I mean, I'm not gonna, like, argue with you, but, like, that's... I don't feel like you should be able to hear that. I mean, lights should be... silent? Like, there's a... In old bulbs... In old bulbs, you can hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know. Interesting. Yeah, that's wild.
Collect your
Also an
sunrises control with Tiny Eddie's Strawberry and Zesty Mud Nuggets.
I did walk through mud yesterday to get strawberries. I have to wash my shoes now.
Haley just says, what? Wait, y'all don't hear lights? I'm really curious about the light thing, because, like, it's not... I can hear lights, but it's very specific...
Like Edison bulbs?
It's very specific types of bulbs.
And sometimes just bad ones. Like, occasionally there's just, like, one going bad, and that's the one I hear.
The thing that is of interest to me about the ability to hear the electricity is that I'm curious if there is a... I'm curious if it correlates to something about the light. Like, for instance, and I don't know, because I don't have the ability to do this, as some people do. Like, is it if a light is brighter, or does the color temperature affect, like, the sound? Because, like, one thing with me with doing, like, video work is that sometimes lights do have particular sounds, because they'll be doing some sort of hum at a particular hertz level, but in those specific instances, it's definitely inside of the like the normal hearing range. Like, the normal human hearing range is like 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So, like, there's times where you may not notice it if you're not, like, paying super close attention, but especially when I'm doing video editing, like, I try to catch that sort of thing. So anything else would be like, I'm curious if you're hearing something that's literally above 20,000. I don't know exactly how this works, but that's fascinating to me. So yeah, neat. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. Anyway, I do have an Eddie to read. We got 1,000 bits from Made in Nietzsche. It says, good morning. Time to get spicy. Eddie, is there any product that you do not recommend? Oh, do not recommend strawberry and zesty mud nuggets.
You know, we put some strawberries in the mud. We seasoned them too. It didn't work. It did not work. I think that we shouldn't have used the strawberries. I think that was the problem. The mud, fine. The oregano, perfect. Strawberries, it just doesn't work. I think next time we'll use, like, koala.
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 We're having strawberry shortcake tonight. Well, with angel food cake. Because I prefer it to shortcake. I almost got pound cake. But, angel food cake was the way we always made it.
I'm excited about that. So, let's talk about something that's not the overwhelming sense of dread that I have related to the move that is coming up. We'll talk about some other things that have gone on.
Yeah, Haley, angel food cake.
So, yesterday, Mao had to go over to the new place to wait on some folks to come over and do some setup
Gas
stuff.
company.
Like, the gas company had to come over and deal with that. And some other people that just, should have been there and just never showed up because you can't.
One other.
Yeah, you can't rely.
I'll text them today.
It's great. It's fine. So while Mao was out, she also went strawberry picking. Mm-hmm. Went with Brandon and actually picked some strawberries. Mm-hmm. So we have
a lot of strawberries.
We have a lot of strawberries, which is good. Mm-hmm. I like strawberries, but we are going to be using those for a dessert.
Yeah, I'm also going to probably make some overnight oats with them.
Okay. Yeah, so I am...
And that's, there's probably more still on top of that we need to figure out what to do with.
More strawberries?
There's a lot of strawberries. There's that box. It's a huge box.
Yeah, smoothie would be good.
I mean, we can cut and freeze some for smoothies. We can also turn some into jam.
Jam would be fine. The only concern I have about jam is that at one point in your life you made jam and you still have it.
Oh yeah, I still have jam. I know.
It makes, when you make jam, it makes like a several year supply.
I can make a smaller amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have had jars of, was it peach jam?
Yeah, I have peach, and there's also a cinnamon pear in the freezer.
We've had jars of peach jam in our freezer for what feels like forever. That's not a problem, it's a feature. When Mal made peach jam, it made like a ton.
Yeah, I'm still working on
and
it.
It's
we'll get
just,
through it.
You know.
I've gotten through
Very steadily.
2/3 of it. I'm the only one in the house that eats jam.
I eat jam. Not really.
You don't.
Sometimes I do. I like jam, but I generally I don't want something.
And I make freezer jam. If I did like a full jam and did like the whole processing, which I've never done and I don't have the right tools for, they'd stay even longer and they could go in the pantry, but I make freezer jam.
I like how this slow jam is on while we talk about jam. Yeah, I prefer just having, but it's because, you know what it is? It's because I really don't like biting into something that's like so sweet.
Yeah, jam.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like, you know, occasionally a real thin layer. Whenever you do the jam, it's like, I mean, it's like jam. You know what I mean?
That's how jam is.
I know, but that's why I'm like, it's like as paper thin as I can. And the reason I do that is because like, I want to taste it, but I don't want it to be. My teeth real sensitive, so I'm like, yeah, it's too much. Anyway, what else has happened in the last few days? I mean, we did Galaxy on Friday. There is not much Galaxy left, by the way. Like, this Friday, I bet we'll probably finish up the stars. Mm-hmm. And then I'm told that there's like a final level that's real hard. And I don't know that we'll finish that this Friday, but we have time to finish it next Friday.
Yeah.
So that's the plan for that. And I'm looking forward to that because Galaxy's honestly been a lot of fun. I was worried that we were going to have to do extra streams. There was a concern there for a while with moving. I was like, ah, crap, we're going to have to like go live on a Wednesday and start playing Mario in order to finish it. But no, we won't. We should be good.
Give me the bird.
We should be good. 510 bits from Anissa says, jam and cheese is a good combo to try that isn't super duper sweet. Jam and cheese. No, I've had that. I don't know when or with what. It's something that, like, on paper sounds really gross to me. But I feel almost certain that I have had that before. I just don't remember what the jam was and what the cheese was and in what the context was that I had it. But I know I've tried it at least once. I'm assuming you've had it.
Well, you know when Dan does baked brie?
That's it. I bet that's what I'm thinking of. Yep. Yep, I think that's it. It's an interesting combination. Same thing with like chocolate and cheese. In my brain, I'm like, chocolate and cheese, but no.
What about cheddar cheese on apple pie?
That's the Wisconsin thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
Haley says, you have fruit and cheese on a charcuterie tray. Why so weird? I don't know. Because I don't think about putting it in my mouth at the same time. I guess that's my reason. 33 months from Rainbow's Aiden. Thank you. Other things we did. I'm trying to think if anything happened this weekend. We did Easter on Sunday.
Easter
did we do
was
anything
Sunday.
Saturday?
No.
No. I mean, on Friday before stream, Haley and Alex came over to pack up stuff, which we did.
Mm-hmm. We got
everything packed up. And then when Brandon comes over tonight, this will all be gone. So like, oh, the other thing I talked about this Friday, but I haven't mentioned, is that we've torn down rooms. There's some rooms in the house that are completely torn down. There's no more tabletop in April. Tabletop is not happening in April because it's in boxes. That room is like, it's just like 2 tables right now.
And chairs.
And chairs. So, yeah, staying in Raleigh. Yeah, definitely staying in Raleigh. So that's torn down. Mal's studio is torn down.
Mostly, yeah.
So that's all put away. Is that all we've done?
Yes, that is all we've done.
Okay. And we had to... Tearing down rooms is helpful because then that allows us to, like, put stuff in places. Yeah. Kepler does not suspect anything yet. There's not enough that has changed, I think, for him to be weirded out, because like the 2 rooms that we've torn down, the dining room and Mal's studio, the door is always closed to Mal's studio, so he's never in there, and he doesn't ever really go into the dining room. So there's not a lot of changes occurring in the parts of the house that he
goes into.
So,
and he doesn't realize the shelves in Steven's office don't have stuff on them.
Yeah.
That's just not where he goes.
Once his habitat starts being uprooted, that will bother him. But right now, that hasn't occurred. So he's just... So nothing is different for him. And to be honest, a lot of stuff for him probably won't change much until right at the very end.
Yeah.
You know? Like, this room... In terms of like the equipment and all the stuff set up for streaming, this will not change until like the last minute because we're going to be streaming.
Yeah, we'll stream Friday and then
next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 2 more Friday night streaming in this house. So because of that, you know, this stuff can't move until like the last minute. We're going to probably finish next Friday's stream and then we'll be like, and tear everything down Saturday.
Well, the hope is everything else is done before then.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then it's just this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot, but it's, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Leica sees 1 suitcase and it's over. Yeah, when you guys went to Colorado, she saw your suitcase and was just like, oh.
She did not like that.
No.
Easter was fun.
Yeah.
We did a Easter dinner with Alex and Haley. It consisted of ham.
Yes, ham.
And also a thing that I can't remember the name. I've been told the name like 5 times.
Haley, what was the thing you made?
It's the one with the
Polish.
It has a name. Pagaci?
Pagaci, yeah, that sounds right.
I want to say it's Pagaci, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Pagach. Anyway, it's a. No, it's not. Well, it's not. They're not pierogies, but they kind of feel like pierogies.
Yeah.
It's like a big thing.
Dough.
It's like a big dough, and it's got potatoes and cheese in it. So it's kind of like a pierogi, but it's a big sheet, and then you just cut it.
The dough is different than pierogi dough.
Yeah, it is. But it was good.
It was very good.
We did that and ham and applesauce and salad. Am I missing something?
Eggs.
Oh yeah, deviled eggs. We also did deviled eggs. And I have never I've never had a deviled egg. Which sounds wild, right? But yeah, that was my first deviled egg. Just never had one. When I was growing up, my parents would make deviled eggs, but when I was a child, I was just real picky. Like, I didn't eat anything like at all when I was a kid. And it wasn't until I became an adult and more or less moved out of the house that I started to be like, I'll eat everything. Like very suddenly, like when I turned 18, it was just like a switch went off and I was like, I'll eat all the things now. And since then, I guess I just haven't had an opportunity to eat deviled eggs. I don't know. You're telling me there's hope for there is hope for Dexter. When I was growing up, the only thing I ate was Campbell's chicken noodle soup. That was it. That was almost the only thing I would eat for almost my entire formative years. And then I don't know what it was. It was, I went on a trip to London and Paris, and it was on my 18th birthday. And while I was there, I wanted to like be able to try foods, and I put myself in the mindset of like I should try foods.
It's a very Stephen George thing to do. Is I am going to do this thing, even though I've never done it, and then you do it.
Yeah, but that was like a conscious decision I made at like 18 of like I want to eat things, and then I just did. You went 18 years only eating soup. Like I ate things other than soup.
Scroll up just a sec.
But
just a little bit Haley's message.
Not by a lot. Oh, yes. Haley says, tell them it was a good deviled egg. It was delicious.
It was very good.
Yeah. It was very, very good. And I had never had a deviled egg, and I ate it, and I was like, oh, this is really good. Why haven't I eaten
this
this
before? I made them at one point, and I had them for breakfast on a stream at the old house, and you didn't want to try one.
And it's probably leftover crust from childhood of, because it's true. When I was little, I didn't really try things.
Anise asked what goes into it. You hard boil eggs, and you cut them in half, and you take the yolks out, and then you mash those up with like Dijon, mayo, seasonings, some other stuff maybe, I can't remember. I haven't made them in a very long time. And then you put it back into the egg white half.
Yeah.
And then you sprinkle them with paprika. Pickle.
Yeah.
Some people put pickle. Some people put like jalapenos.
You're just adding more egg to the egg. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will eat mayo in things. I'm not like, if you were to be like, Steven, do you like mayo? I'd be like, not really, no. But if you were to put mayo in things, because there's a lot of things that have mayo in it, then it's fine. And it was very good. My only thing with the eggs is that they're very rich. So I think I was able to eat three halves. And then I was like, oh, I cannot eat any more of these because it was just so intense. But they're very good. It was very, very good. I liked it a lot. So. Yeah. Haley says, wait for the vlog. I drop a hot tip. I still keep one ingredient secret. There's a hot tip. Gamers00700 gifts a sub to Pike Power. Thank you. We also got 21 months from Persona EX. Thanks. But yeah, Easter went well.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened yesterday? But I guess that was the day that you went and got strawberries.
Yeah. You've been editing vlogs? You caught up on it. Well, you didn't catch up on Instagram, but you got closer on that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was probably some things yesterday I should have done, and I put them off to work on something else that I wanted to work on, because that's, that's how my brain works. One of the things that I haven't done in a while is post to Instagram, and that was something that had been bringing me a lot of joy, but I had got behind because of Coliseum and because of dealing with all the crap for moving. And yesterday I sat down and actually like got through all of March, so like Instagram is caught up with the vlog. I've been posting on Instagram every day, or at least having a photo for every day, and some of the photos are stills from the vlog, but like that's okay.
Yeah.
I just want to have, I mean, I like taking photos and then doing the photo editing because that's very fun for me. And then also, it's kind of nice to have a very quick way to, like, look through...
What happened?
What happened in a year, you know? What is a video if not a photo every 1/16th of a second? It's true.
Why was Brandon drinking through a slotted spoon?
I don't remember.
I think he had gotten a coffee, and he's like, I want to save this for later, and I'm like, well, scoop out the ice. I think that's what it was.
And then he was just like, there's still coffee. I don't want to waste this coffee. And then was drinking the coffee from the slotted.
Becca says, why was he holding a grape stem? I have no idea. I didn't know that until Stephen posted that photo.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm with Haley. I just didn't question it. And I was like, Brandon occasionally... Actually, Brandon's very funny. If you watch the vlog, on some of the vlogs where Brandon is featured, Brandon will very deliberately...
He's not even here to defend himself.
Brandon will very deliberately find something odd to do, like on camera, and it's usually not even in the background. It's like he'll be doing it like in the foreground when he's, of course, we raised Haley. It's too early for this. Lost all train of thought.
He'll do something in the background.
Yeah, well, no, it's not even the background. It's the foreground. Like you'll be the camera will be on him, and he'll be doing something that's very funny, but he'll never draw attention to it, which is very funny. So if you go back and you watch some of the vlogs, like there's times where there was one where he, there was one where we were doing potatoes, and he had put potatoes in his shirt. And I did not notice when I was filming, because there was a lot of stuff going on in the kitchen. There was a lot of people in the kitchen, and I was like filming stuff, and it wasn't until I got into post that I realized I was having a conversation with Brandon, and he's like very like, yeah, okay, we're just having a normal conversation. He doesn't crack, but he has potatoes like in his shirt. And it's so, he plays it off so normally that's why I didn't even catch it when I was living it. You personally gave him his sense of humor via internet brainwashing. It's a good sense of humor, so, you know, I'll take that compliment. I think I have a reasonably good sense of humor. It's pretty good. Speaking of me being funny, there is no Disc Only tonight. Disc Only is being pushed back again to, I don't know, next week, maybe. I think next week.
I don't know. I'm not in the Discord. I don't get to hear these conversations.
It's next week. I mean, you know, it's, what I'm trying to say is it's next week, but like, you know, I don't know when. Probably next week. Yeah. So we couldn't do it last week because Carly and Kyle's flights got delayed, so they were still here, and I was like, you know, I'd like to spend time with them, and it was like, okay, we'll delay it. And then this week, Dan is actually out of town. So I presume that next week, Tom will be unable to do it, and then the week after, Jared will be unable to do it, and then slowly, there will never be Disc Only again. Because every week, someone will be like,
Well, ended on a high note at Coliseum.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like, you know, if there was never another Disc Only, I'd be like, it ended about as high as you could, you know. Yeah, finally. You know, like, it ended about as high as it could, so I'm like, that's good. That's good. We just bring it back annually. But when we bring it back, we have to do one 12-hour episode to make up for the fact that it's been gone for a year. No one wants to watch that.
A series finale that brought everyone to tears.
The person who had the most tears was Jules when his stomach was tickled from the raspberry that Tom gave him. We need an edit. I'm not going to do it because I have things to do. We need an edit of Tom like going to blow the raspberry and then freezing and doing the Eric Andre "We'll be right back." do, 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 do. We need that. That's the thing that needs to exist. Just anyone who wants to, and anyone who's looking for like a good thing to spend. Yeah, spibble, spibble
on the tum
spibble,
tum.
spibble on the tum tum. Anyway, if someone, you know, has 20 minutes today and wants to have at that, good luck with that. Yeah, Friday was about...
Nap time VOD is out from Coliseum.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Jules kissed me. That's right.
You were blindfolded.
Yeah. I didn't even get to enjoy it.
You can go watch it, though.
I did. I went back and saw it. Tom's vlog actually had a different camera angle, so you could see it a little bit better. It was very sweet.
One of my favorite parts of Tom's vlog from Coliseum was when Josh comes into the hotel room and then just lays on the floor.
That was the funniest part.
That was so funny.
That was the funniest part of
Our
the
friends
entire
are
thing.
so funny.
We have very funny friends, which I'm, you know, happy about.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Josh were doing the painting segment, and I think Jules said
Jules was in chat saying something.
Jules said something about he said he would kiss his father if someone gave $1,000, and someone was like, "Yeah, I'll do it," and Jules was like, "Okay," and I was blindfolded at the time, so Jules came over and he kissed the top of my head. And I think he said like, "I love you, Dad," or something. Jules is my son. I don't know, you know, if people knew that. It's great that you have a TV show together. Painting was fun this year.
Yeah.
Painting was fun. Daddy. We have 50 months from Opie SSBM. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, Thank you, Chaz. Oh, by the way, I did it.
Those are fresh beans.
These are fresh beans. A little behind. In the month of April because there's been some things going on, but I got them updated last night, so they are up to date. And on the note of Patreon, I know some folks were wondering about the house tour. Obviously, the house will be on the vlog at some point. It's not a huge priority right now because we're still dealing with a bunch of other stuff. It's very likely that it won't even really be seen much until we move, but that's fine, and that's coming up. If you're super curious about it now, I did do a full walkthrough that's already on Patreon, and I did that at the start of April, so a week and a half ago. So that's on there if you want to see it. But otherwise, in the next few weeks, we'll be moving. I gotta tell you, I'm not
as stressed as I was last time.
Oh, not even close.
Probably because
not even close.
We know we have some time yet, and also we have friends to help, and it's not as far.
Yeah. I also feel like a different person since last year. And I because a lot of how I've approached things with work is also affected like me, where I feel like I've always been a pretty chill person,
yeah.
But even more so now, where I'm trying to let things slide off completely if it's like, you know, is something in my control? No. And if it's not, there's only so much you can do because there's always going to be like subconscious stress.
Yeah.
But more than ever, I've done a good job of like, you know, if there's a problem in my life and I literally can't do anything about it, I'm less affected by that than I used to be. I don't think it's possible to be not affected at all. I think if someone says that, I doubt that. I feel like they're lying. So I feel like you're always going to be affected by it a little bit, but it's better than it used to be. And I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. It's a good song for this. We got 2 months from Young DJ 49. Thank you. All right. What other things do we need to announce?
Well, what's coming up this week?
Oh, Mal, I know what Mal wants me to talk about. Hey, on Thursday...
Y'all just needed us in your lives. True, Haley.
Ain't that the truth? On Thursday evening, Mallory will be streaming. If you are not already following Mal Makes on Twitch, this is a great opportunity to do it. Thursday evening will be Mal's first stream. Mal will be there. I will be there.
Chaz will be there in spirit.
Chaz will be there in spirit. We still got some things to do.
Yeah.
In order to get it all ready. But, you know, yeah, I'd hope she'd be there. But I'm excited about it. Earlier or later than usual Friday stream, probably around the same time. I don't have a specific time in mind. Probably like 7 p.m. Eastern. I mean, you ultimately get to make that.
Seems a little late.
That seems late.
Maybe 6? I don't know. Chaz, what do you think?
7 p.m. Eastern sounds late?
I don't know. What did Noah ask?
I'm gonna give you your own keyboard.
Oh, can I go?
Man, we stream on Fridays at 8 p.m.
I know, but...
You can't do it too early, and everyone is either... I'm gonna say 7.
Okay.
What time did you want to do it?
I don't know.
It's your stream! You have to give this thought!
I don't know.
Oh my god. Then I will say... 7. We'll do it at 7. You want to do it at 6?
No, 7's fine.
Do it at 7. Maybe we'll do it at 6:30. Everyone's like, do it at 6:30. Split the difference. Maybe we'll do, you know, on like Fridays we go live like 20 minutes early. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do that. We'll go up a little early, so it might be at like 6:30.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have a real finalized time for you on Thursday breakfast stream.
Yeah.
We're still working out the kinks. But yeah, that's going to be Thursday night. And I'm excited. It'll be fun. Then, I already said on Thursday morning, breakfast stream like this will all be gone. Yeah. We'll be here, but the games will probably be boxed up by that point. Friday night, we are probably finishing the rest of the stars, mostly the rest of the stars for Mario Galaxy. So, that'll be fun. Anything else?
We're moving. Oh.
We are moving. It's true. It's true. Yeah, Imposter Factory is finishing up this week. There's 9 total episodes of Imposter Factory. So, yeah. Oh yeah, if anyone came in late... If anyone came in late, you should watch the beginning of this stream, because we are moving. That is a real thing that is happening, and it is happening very soon.
How is this cold today?
Did you turn the heat on?
I did.
We got 34 months from Salamis Dragoon. 300 bits from Chrissy G with the Mal Makes Wow star ring. And 300 bits from Gamers with the George Ma star ring. Thank you.
I don't think Twitch has processed my other emotes yet.
Thomas said it can take a long time.
I know.
He said it can take like 2 weeks, so we're kind of hoping that the other 2 will just show up soon. I think eventually, even with affiliate, they do put you into the automated thing where it just works. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's more emotes. They're just, you know, we're waiting on them to show up.
Who made my emotes? Ilyan. Yan.
Ilyan. Yeah. They've done a lot of really fantastic art especially over like the last year for streams. And Mal was like, I think I want that style for my emotes. Mm-hmm. Keep feeling like I'm forgetting something, but that's okay. I can always talk about it Thursday. Really do feel like there's something, though. It's like, God, what is it? What is it? It's fine. I'll remember later and I'll scream. Thank you, Salmas. Okay. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Haley's birthday is tomorrow.
Haley's birthday is tomorrow. Y'all can wish Haley a happy early birthday now or happy belated birthday on Thursday. Both are fine. And we'll see y'all Thursday.
Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. for another breakfast stream.